Hello everyone, how are you? It feels so good to be here to finally sit down with you all and tell you a little bit more about me, who I am and what I do, and really connect. If you don't know, my name is Kay Clinton. I am a full spectrum doula with Spiritual Garden Healing Doula Services, where we enhance the birth experience for families. That looks like so many different things. That can be prenatal and pregnancy support, that can be in-person labor support, childbirth education, birth advocacy, all of the things. And so I wanted to just really have a intimate chat with you all today and really allow you to connect with who I am and my mission behind Spiritual Garden Healing Doula Services. So I personally have been a doula since about 2019. What sparked me to be a doula, like many, is my own childbirth experience. Being a first-time mom, I was actually in corporate America. I was a banker that transitioned to be a property manager and yearning to have a real estate agent career. I felt that many families was missing the financial stability side to building a life, and that was my goal at the time. We were newlyweds. We had just moved into our first place together and things were doing well for us. And then when I got pregnant, everything slowed down for me. I'm already a intentional person, but it got even deeper during our pregnancy, and I just really wanted to, one, connect to my roots, but really connect to myself. And so I went searching for that, literally. After touring all of the hospitals in my city, I went and found this cute little quaint birth center. That's where I did my prenatal care. And it was cute, but it really wasn't centered around trauma-informed care. And so that was my first glimpse into, okay, this is nice, but is this for me? We did our prenatal care there throughout our full pregnancy, and we got to the end of our pregnancy. We were just a few weeks away from having our baby girl, and the midwife who was on call that day, which also wasn't a midwife that I was very familiar with, she really offended us. She let me know that she felt that I wouldn't be a good mother because I did not invest in their childbirth education classes. Despite me wanting to take the classes, I felt like she solidified why I did not take the class. Long story short is, we chose not to birth there, and so we did give birth at a hospital, which was our plan B. We had already toured there, and we knew that if things did not work out with the birthing center, that is where we were gonna birth. And so it was a journey, but I felt alone, but I also felt dedicated to find these resources out there, not only for myself but for other moms, other people like me who are starting their family. I also felt that things on the generational side was not as easy either. I wanted to breastfeed. That was something that my mom did not do. That was something that my grandmother did not do. And so my mom was a little nervous about that. And so I found myself having to reassure her on this journey as well. And a lot of my family members jokingly would say, like, just give me the epidural. I don't know what's wrong with you. Why would you want a natural birth when you can do it this way, right? And there's no wrong or there's no right to the way that you want to birth, but I knew that this was the way that I want to birth. And despite having so many people in my ear, putting a lot of their fears on me, projecting their fears onto me, I still went through with it, and I still had the birth that I wanted. I had a natural birth. I was able to have a natural birth with all 3 of my children now, breastfeed all 3 of my children now, and now I am a doula, and I am supporting other women like me who know that this is what I want. I just need the information and the education and support to get there. That is a big why we enhance the birth experience for families. Okay, so right after having my first baby girl, Imana, in 2018, I went searching. I was like, what is it where someone can be a companion, an advocate for a birth? And I got an ultrasound during Imana, and the ultrasound tech had told me that it's called a doula, and I had never heard that term. And even after my daughter Imana, it still did not ring a bell. It was still something that was taboo to me. My husband's cousin, she actually had recommended the National Black Doula Association to me. The National Black Doula Association was my first doula training, and it was an amazing training. This was a 3-day birth doula training where it really dove into African American experiences, Black people's experiences, which really mattered to me because I felt that in some ways I was judged in my experience, even at the birthing center. And I wanted to know what our history entailed. What did it look like for us to be birthing for years and years? And the history lesson in that was tremendously needed. I needed to know what my ancestors had gone through and why sometimes we don't trust the system. And that really laid the foundation to the type of doula work I do today. So after my 3-day training, I did a lot of free services. I was giving out free services. I really wasn't looking to earn anything. I really was trying to gain experience, find community, and that's exactly what I did. And I would say about a year, from 2019 to 2020, I gave free services. I researched and I read a lot, and I really dove into doula on a educational level. And then in 2020, I got introduced to a few doulas in my community that does amazing work, that really uplifts BIPOC community. And there was a 12-week pilot doula training going on with the Siwapakti Collective, a Native organization that uplifts the Phoenix area not only in reproductive justice but food sovereignty and other beautiful things that they do here in the community. And I got connected to this training, and whoa, when I say that training was such an amazing training, it was truly rooted in ancestral knowledge. And I think sometimes in this new day and age, that is what's missing. Our ancestors and the stories and the lessons that was passed down still matter today. In that training, they really solidified my why, really solidified my roots. I was able to go back and ask questions, dive deeper into my own history, and finding out what that looks like for me and my ancestors. And honestly, that training really taught me that no training should be treated equally. Why? Because a 12-week training is a training that is going to pour into you. It is going to teach you in depth things that you probably would have never learned. A 3-day training is great, but that is surface level. And so starting off with those 2 trainings really laid a strong foundation for my doula practice. And since then, I have really hit the ground running. I've also taken many other trainings. I am a full spectrum doula. So I have taken a fertility training, a abortion training, a postpartum training, a death doula / midwifery training, and of course my birth doula and my full spectrum doula training. I've also been trained as a community health worker. So I am fully able and ready to support clients no matter where they are on that journey. I found myself having to support families with infant loss when we thought that we will be leaving with a baby. That is one of the toughest things in the world. After going through something like that, I knew that it was my job to be educated on how I can better support this mama, how I can better support my community. And so those other trainings have definitely came in need, and they all have truly played a part in the work that I do. Here in Arizona, they have now approved doulas to start billing insurance. And so that was important for me to allow my community to have doula services accessible to them. So I was one of the first doulas and the first Black doula to be approved to bill insurance. This is huge for our community. There are so many changes happening here in the Arizona workforce, but it's all great things and it's moving really fast. And so I have been supporting other doulas in getting certified and building a sustainable doula business that is going to work for them. I'm teaching them how to turn their passion into something that is going to grow into a strong, beautiful, productive business. Being a doula is so rewarding, but it hasn't always been easy. And so I am here as your auntie to support you. And so if you are an Arizona doula and you're looking for support, you're looking to navigate this doula world, become a reimbursable doula and support the community in an impactful way, please feel free to reach out to me. I am here for you. I want to uplift you and care for you. Let me put a big arm around you and give you a big doula hug. I am here for you. And so please feel free to reach out whenever you feel ready. I am building more of a community. I am a mama myself, and I always bring things that I feel that I need. And so we have some new things in the work. My wellness has been something that I've always cared about. But sometimes as a mom, I'm a mom of four girls, sometimes we can lose ourselves in that. And so I'm just bringing myself back to the forefront, being very intentional with how I show up for myself so I can be able to show up for my clients in such an intentional, beautiful way as well. And so if you are in the Phoenix area, every first Saturday of the month, we have our Mama Wellness Walk. I want to invite you to that. Please come out. Put yourself first. Come out for a walk. We do get up at 7 a.m. I know that's early, but it gets extremely hot here in Arizona. As some time goes on and the seasons change, we will change that time. But right now, while it's summer, we're gonna get up at 7 and go for a nice walk, chat with some moms, allow our kids to connect with nature, play outside, and just really find community. So again, I want to invite you out every first Saturday of the month. Bring your kids, bring your water, your hats, don't forget your sunscreen, and we look forward to seeing you. So I will be more intentional about how I come forward here on YouTube. I hadn't really known how I wanted to show up here, but as a leader, I show up in spaces like this to speak about my mission, to speak about what we are doing in community, and we are uplifting moms. We are doing the work, and we want others to know about it. We want others to get on board so they can help us uplift other mothers. If you're a mother and you could have really used that extra support, you are the perfect person to have an understanding. So please click the link in our bio, find out how you can join our community and how we all can uplift each other.